Thanks, Reed. Not too great of a weekend for Hawkeye sports.
That's right, Mary. Alyssa Bergamini is standing by with all the heartbreak. Alyssa?
Thanks, Hannah, and that's right, an all-around disappointing weekend for the Hawkeye fans. We start tonight on the mound where Iowa baseball's hot streak came to a halt. Inside the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio, I'm Alyssa Bergamini. What began as their best start since 1940 ended with being swept by Kansas State. The Hawkeyes entered the weekend with only one loss, but they couldn't get things swinging against the Wildcats. Heller's squad is now 9-4. They'll return to action Saturday for the Snowbird Baseball Classic in Port Charlotte, Florida. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan this week. Each day, they will feature a new member of the coaching staff. Heller's squad not the only ones striking out this weekend. Fran McCaffrey and company falling short to Illinois Sunday, putting a disappointing end to their regular season. Josh Bolander has an extended story.
It was a season that had the Carver faithful brimming with confidence. An elite, proven scorer leading the team in the backcourt, a group of potentially game-changing underclassmen poised to take the next step, and a coach ready and capable of pushing his team to the next level. After all, Fran McCaffrey had been there before. Expectations from the outside were high. Expectations from the team, even higher. Early season losses to Villanova and Iowa State aside, Iowa's run as darlings of the Big Ten had the country talking after wins over multiple top 10 programs. And then came their conference slide. Even with star guard Roy Devin Marble shaking off the demons that haunted him throughout early portions of last year's Big Ten schedule, Iowa's somewhat puzzling lack of ability to close when they tip off against top caliber teams and coaches has since resulted in a 1-5 stretch in conference play. And with several Hawks underperforming and their best moments seemingly behind them, the mood is grim in a town still looking to recapture the greatness it had once upon a time.
Only way to go is up, man. Right now we're in a bad stretch, and have a little break here before the Big Ten tournament and regroup, and only way to go is up.
Undoubtedly, the team's woes stem primarily from the defensive end, where despite solid performances at the start of conference play, has gone south in a hurry. Something McCaffrey knows will have to change if the Hawks are to right the ship come tournament time.
A couple things. It's fatigue a little bit. I think we're a little bit fragile. I think that's safe to say.
It remains to be seen whether this unit can find the magic that at one time had them ranked in the top 10 in the country. But for now, at this moment, it's 35 years and nothing to show for.
I'm now joined by wrestling beat reporter Cody Goodwin, who spent the last weekend up in Madison, Wisconsin, covering the Big Ten championships, where the Hawkeyes took second. 5 Iowa wrestlers went into the finals. Only one comes out. Cody, what was it that Tony Ramos did to get that Big Ten champion?
He was really mentally tough, Alyssa. He gutted out a really close win, something that Iowa coach Tom Brands was emphasizing going into the Big Ten championships, that if the Hawkeyes were going to win it, they were going to win these close matches. And while the rest of the team wasn't able to get the job done, they only lost by a few points. Tony Ramos was able to get it done over Wisconsin's Tyler Graff in front of a crowd that was really pro-Graff in this one. Ramos was really up against a very anti-Ramos crowd. He's able to get this done 2-1, solid riding time in the third period to get the win. Just a real tough win, and it really set him up nicely for 2 weeks.
And reigning NCAA champion Derek St. John unable to beat Nebraska's James Green in the finals. What went wrong here?
Well, it's not anything that Derek St. John did wrong. It's really what Nebraska's James Green did right. James Green, very powerful on the offensive end, really hard to stop his shots. He practices every day with a defending Olympic champion Jordan Burroughs, also a former Cornhusker. James Green, very powerful. You can see some of his shots. St. John just not able to get the job done this time. He has beaten Green before. He'll probably get another shot in 2 weeks at the NCAA championships. But really, this was just Green's match. It was his day, and he was able to get it done and win a Big Ten title.
And Penn State taking the championship by 5.5 points. Would you say second place was successful or unsuccessful for Iowa?
I would actually say it's pretty successful. A lot of guys thought that Penn State was going to run away with the title by a long shot. Iowa proved that 2 weeks at the NCAA tournaments down in Oklahoma City. It's going to be a tough one, and Iowa will definitely be in the running for a team championship.
All right, well, thank you for that, Cody. That's all we have time for in tonight's show. Be sure to tune in tomorrow's program, where we'll have even more about wrestling's run in the tourney. Mary and Hannah, back to the desk.